Yo, have you ever wanted to kidnap your neighbor, lock them in the trunk of your car, and just drive around and torment them for ages because they mow early in the morning, really annoyingly? Then you might want to try Bucky. He's the ultimate human snatching grabber. Grabber? One of those two. Firstly, we're going to take a little squiz at his left click, also known as the rotor stern. It's got a 3-round magazine, criticals do massive chad damage, and it's a projectile-based weapon, so you're going to have to lead it. Your left click does monster damage. It'll make the backline cry to their mama if you hit them with it. You can also do a bit of pin damage if people are close enough together, and no, I don't mean drawing on their face. And probably the biggest weakness for this gun is people flying. You can really put the squeeze on squishy characters with this gun. It's really oppressive. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, 3 bullets, that ain't enough to get the job done. Oh, it definitely is. But if you don't think it is, use one of your other skills, it'll refresh your magazine. Just don't ask me how that works, it's probably just little magic space gremlins that live in the gun. Rotor stern really sings when it's in concert with your other skills and abilities. Kidnap them, then just pop them like greasy little zits. It's also beneficial to set up around cover so you can duck back in, reload, and then just pop back out, firing at people. Now we're going to take a look at Troopers first, which is the first of your kidnap abilities. It has a range of about 9 meters, but it actually goes a little further than you might think. You don't actually have to hit your enemy with the dash and grab. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. Just get close enough that when you stare at them, it's really awkward at that distance. They should end up bang, zoom straight to the moon, and then just pop them in the face. You can also use the Trooper Fist to pretend you're on a half pipe if you're a skate enthusiast. It can also be used to discombobulate your enemies and throw off their aim. Or you can just use it to chase them down and then finish off a kill, refreshing your ammo in the process, or use it as pure damage. So I used it a few times in the past to mess up someone's ultimate. It doesn't really stun them all that well, but it can throw off their aim. If you're also in a situation where you feel like you're gonna die or your goose might be a little bit too cooked, you can use it to escape, hide behind cover. Don't worry, nobody's gonna call you a coward for doing so. Maybe. One last feature is it gives you armor like all of your other abilities. Next up, we're looking at the Bionic hook. Whether you want to grab a beer from the fridge or that pesky neighbor of yours, this is the ability you're going to want to use. Pop the right click and it will slip the enemies right towards you. It'll stop them from doing any actions as well. It's great for yoinking people straight out of the sky and bringing them down to your level, making them a free kill. You can also use Trooper's Fist with it to get your enemies even further out of position. It's also possible to drag multiple people, so you can drag these bullets across their face. If you've ever wanted a pet shark, you can just snatch it from the back lines, now it's yours. Just don't be surprised if Namor comes knocking at your door asking if you've seen his girlfriend. Other than using it for the 5-fingered people snatcher discount, you can use it to stop ultimates. It's great for stopping Spider-Man getting you all sticky. And once again, it does refresh your ammo and gives you a little bit of armor when used. You know the motto? Teach a man to fish and all that. I'd rather kidnap a man and have him fish for me. It's the lazy way. So grab some candy in a panel van and get kidnapping. Have you ever wanted to hit your enemies with a little bit of taint? Well, Tainted voltage is right up your alley. It's electrifying. It hits like a pool noodle, but it can be used to slow your enemies down, making them an easier target. I found the best purpose for this is to fire it at a flying enemy. It brings them straight to the ground for a crash landing. It's an incredibly easy and fast skill to use, so you won't have trouble hitting someone with it. It'll often be my last resort to kill someone. As long as they're low health, it should do the job. But hey, if you whiff anyway, you get the armor and you get the ammo from it, so you'll be able to finish them off with that instead. I'll often just fire it off into Narnia just to reload because it's faster than the normal reloading speed, and it has a hella quick cooldown. It's finally time to talk about your ultimate, the Kraken Impact. And no, that's not a mythical creature. Don't worry too much if someone says nice Kraken. It doesn't mean your pants are hanging too low. They're just complimenting your ability to say the same word over and over again. Kraken Impact does a little bit of stun, puts a little red marker on the health bar. If you get their health below that, they instantly die. And then it resets your ultimate, which you have 8 seconds to use. And the red bar of instant death has 5 seconds before it disappears. You can continually repeat this cycle again and again. Just don't go trying it on flying guys. It's quite difficult to hit that. Because of this ability, again is becoming one of the most used words in history. You should definitely be targeting the back lines, trying to squish their squishy healers, or just getting their ults out. Even if you don't get a kill and you only get a support ult out, it's actually worth. I've even had one of these ults go all the way back into the enemy's spawn, and I was just basically door camping them with it. But just don't get too carried away, honestly, because this thing makes you feel like a god. You come smashing and bashing down, and the enemy's like, oh god, help me. But eventually there'll be a Doctor Strange at the end of that who just throws up his shield, cancels your ult, and now you're out of position and he's just gonna own you. If you're a social individual, unlike myself, you can call out to your teammates who you want to kill. If they get the kill on the person with the red marker, it also resets your ultimate's cooldown. Also be on the lookout for Loki clones, because if you hit those, it'll also get the red marker and you'll be able to reset your cooldown easy peasy. Kill boner, shields, and fast-moving enemies are the weakness of this ability. So just keep that in mind. One little bit of advice is, pretend you're Shaquille O'Neal, watch out for ceilings, and low-hanging door frames. You don't want to bonk your head on them. That's basically all for the ultimate. Hopefully now you're a Kraken addict. And don't forget to type again in the chat after you go on a big killing spree. Hopefully you found something in this guide at least moderately useful. If not, I'm sorry. But if you have, I'd appreciate a like, comment, and leaving access to your crypto wallet down below. Peace.
My performance record as an assassin shouldn't make me anyone's role model.